In this week's Taiwan Insider, a murder suspect is free in Hong Kong, and that has sparked a political spat with Taiwan about how to bring him to justice. I'm Andrew Ryan.
I'm Natalie So. Let's first take a look at some of the stories that have been on our radar this week.
Murder suspect Chan Tong-kai says he is willing to hand himself in to Taiwanese authorities. The Hong Kong resident is accused of murdering his girlfriend while the two were on vacation in Taiwan last year. Guatemala's president-elect was in Taiwan this week. His visit comes amid concern about China's efforts to poach Taiwan's allies. He told President Tsai that Guatemala will stand by Taiwan's side. Taiwanese baseball fans rejoiced this week as Taiwan won gold at the Asian Baseball Championship. The victory puts Taiwan's team in the running for a spot at the 2020 Olympics. Will Smith got jiggy with fans in Taipei this week. The actor was in town with Taiwanese director Ang Lee to promote their new film Gemini Man. And one of the stories that's gone a little under the radar, in the world of bread, Taiwan has nearly risen to the top. A Taiwanese baking team finished second place at this year's World of Bread competition. And what did we think about their creative bread? They deserved butter.
And now for our words of the week. Ready to guess, Andrew?
Yes, what do you have? Terrestrial. Terrible. Technophobe. Technology.
That's right, technology. Okay, so in our show today we have a segment about artificial intelligence and how that's a booming industry in Taiwan and how that will change the way we live. And also technology was a big part of Ang Lee and Will Smith's new film, Gemini Man, and we'll be showing you some of the clips from their stay here in Taiwan.
Wonderful, I'm looking forward to that. Also, I have a word this week. You ready for mine?
Yes.
All right. A little look.
Diligent? No. Diligence. Dilemma.
Yes.
Aha.
So what we have here is a dilemma,
That's
and
right.
that is a dilemma between Taiwan and Hong Kong, and that is how to get the recently released prisoner who is guilty of committing a crime or has admitted to committing a crime. We still call him a suspect, though, in Taiwan. The question is, how are the two sides going to get him to Taiwan to stand trial? So what we have here is actually a real live prisoner's dilemma. And that's our two words for the week. Shall we put them up on the shelf?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, let's put them up. And also today, do you know where this is? These tables are lined up in the road for a harvest banquet on a mountaintop somewhere in Taiwan. It's not part of an indigenous festival. Nope, these are descendants of people who came from Yunnan province in China.
And where in Taiwan is this? And how did people from Yunnan end up in that mountainous region? We'll have that for you at the end of our show.
We turn now to a story of a Hong Kong murder suspect, Chan Tong-kai, who is now free. Now, his case is at the center not only of the ongoing violent protests in Hong Kong, but also it's at the center of a political spat between Hong Kong and Taiwan about his future. Let's have a look at some of the events which have led up to today.
Chan has confessed to killing his pregnant girlfriend during a trip to Taiwan in February 2018. He put her body in a suitcase and fled back to Hong Kong, where he was arrested a month later. The Hong Kong government tried to pass an extradition bill to make it possible to send Chan to Taiwan, but the bill sparked protests because it would also make it possible to send suspects to China. Chan's case is seen as the spark that ignited the ongoing protests in Hong Kong, which have grown increasingly violent. Taiwan authorities reached out 3 times in March, April, and July last year, asking for judicial assistance, evidence, and a judicial cooperation agreement. They asked Hong Kong to send Chan to Taiwan to stand trial, but there was no response. On December 3rd, Taiwan prosecutors issued a warrant for his arrest with a possible prison term of 37.5 years. But a Hong Kong court charged him with money laundering first for swiping his girlfriend's credit card and sentenced him to 29 months in prison. Chan was released on Wednesday and says he's willing to surrender himself to Taiwan to stand trial.
Hong Kong just officially scrapped the controversial extradition bill. The two sides disagree on how to bring him to justice due to political considerations.
Now, Hong Kong authorities want him to fly directly to Taiwan to surrender and stand trial. However, Taiwan authorities are afraid that that is a political trap. Why is that? That's the subject of today's Taiwan Explained. In today's Taiwan Explained, a closer look at why Taiwan's government is concerned about allowing a Hong Kong murder suspect fly directly to Taiwan to surrender and stand trial.
All right, you have 60 seconds to explain that to us.
All right.
Ready?
Yep.
Go.
First, let's talk about Chan's announcement on Wednesday that he was willing to surrender to Taiwan authorities. Now, authorities here are concerned that his decision is politically motivated. One thing that's fueling their suspicion is that before the decision, he met with this man. This is Anglican Reverend Peter Kuhn, who is also a member of this organization, which is a political legislative advisory body to China's government. Now, Taiwan authorities say that Kuhn's involvement shows that China supports Chan's decision. Now, ruling party lawmaker Luo Zizhen says Chan coming to Taiwan to surrender would be tantamount to an extradition without an extradition bill. Opponents say that's bad for both Hong Kong and Taiwan. For Hong Kong, the worry is that other people could be forced to surrender to China, foregoing the need for an extradition bill. For Taiwan, the concern is that it would hurt Taiwan's sovereignty if it is treated more like a domestic case than an international case, and that's why Taiwan is asking Hong Kong for a judicial cooperation agreement.
Perfect timing.
Thank you. And I should mention that judicial cooperation agreement that they're looking for is something that Hong Kong has actually signed with 30 other countries.
Mm-hmm. So what is the Hong Kong government's attitude right now towards the case?
Well, I think Hong Kong's perspective is a little bit more clear-cut than the Taiwan perspective. They're hoping to deal with this case very quickly, and also they want to do it in a way that does not suggest that Taiwan is a separate sovereign entity. And also any delay would be putting politics before criminal justice.
And where does this case stand right now?
Well, right now Hong Kong has turned down a request from Taiwan to send police and prosecutors over to Hong Kong to pick up Chan and bring him back. That's because they say that Taiwan's police don't have jurisdiction in Hong Kong. Also, President Tsai has said that there's no way that Taiwan would allow Chan to come to Taiwan and surrender. Authorities in Taiwan would arrest him as soon as he arrives. And also, Taiwan authorities have given him contact information if he should wish to arrange a trip to Taiwan.
And that's our Taiwan Explained for the week. Let's move on to some lighter news. Taiwan welcomed 2 Hollywood celebrities this week. Taiwanese Academy Award-winning director Ang Lee and the megastar Will Smith. Let's have a look.
Big Willie style is getting jiggy with it, and no, he's not going to Miami, he's actually in Taipei. He's in Taiwan promoting his new movie Gemini Man, which debuted in theaters in Taiwan on October 21st. Smith is here with Oscar-winning Taiwanese director Ang Lee, who helmed the film, and producer Jerry Bruckheimer. Lee brought his wife and son to the premiere. When fans asked for autographs and pictures, Lee graciously obliged. Smith, on the other hand, took a more hands-on approach and ran into the crowd, doling out as many high fives as he possibly could. Smith says he's more than happy to be in Taiwan.
This is fantastic. Thank you all for coming out tonight. I'm very excited to be here with Mr. Ang Lee, his hometown, presenting Gemini Man. This is a wonderful dream come true for me.
Ang Lee thanked his fans, colleagues, and homeland for the support they've shown him over his career. He says making movies is hard, but it's worth it. Gemini Man is the first time Smith and Lee have collaborated. When asked about working with each other, Lee said Smith is a very positive and optimistic person. He says Smith's charm can't be replicated by any on-screen technology. Will Smith, on the other hand, recounted his first meeting with Lee.
I come into his office and it's a Will Smith museum. There's like pictures of me in every angle in my eye and my lips and everything, and he's got all the screens and all the different things, and he's sitting in front of the screens, you know, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, wow, this guy's really a fan.
Smith even provided narration for Lee's autograph signing.
Director Lee, ladies and gentlemen.
And Smith himself seemed to channel Lee when it came his turn to sign his name. Big Willie Style brought all the energy beatboxing with the crowd and made jokes about Ang Lee's potential rap career. Ang Lee's birthday falls on October 23rd, just 2 days after Gemini Man premiered. Organizers prepared a cake and everyone sang happy birthday.
All right, now as you can imagine, Ang Lee and Will Smith's trip to Taiwan has been trending on social media, and that's coming up straight away in #Taiwan.
This week on #Taiwan, RTI social media guru Leslie Liao tells us about Ang Lee and Will Smith in Taiwan. Hey, Leslie.
How's it going, guys? Anyway, you're absolutely right. Will Smith is here. I'm talking about the Fresh Prince. I'm talking about Big Willie Style, getting jiggy with it, and going to Miami in that order, specifically. Anyway, he was here on a 5-day trip with Taiwanese director and Oscar-winning director Ang Lee and super producer Jerry Bruckheimer promoting their new movie Gemini Man. Now, they landed last Friday, and since then, Will Smith has been having a great time. He went to Ningxia Night Market in Taipei, where he tried the local delicacies. He told us he really liked papaya milk, but when it came to when it comes to bitter melon juice, he thought it was 不好喝, meaning he did not like it at all. Facebook user Hong Mingman actually had the illustrious honor and the luck of sitting next to Will Smith at a restaurant in Ningxia Night Market, and he actually recorded a video. Check this out right here.
Okay, something weird just whoa. Okay. All right. This is me here. I'm sitting here. All right.
Whoa, you see that? That's that Big Willie style energy that I've been talking about. Anyway, the rest of his trip was kept kind of a secret, but thanks to the power of social media, we know where he went. Film distributor Paramount Taiwan's Facebook page shared these pictures of Bruckheimer, Smith, and Lee at the top of 101.
Wow.
That's cool.
He's close to the edge.
Yeah, that's right. And look how happy they look. Anyway, I'm going to tell you guys a secret. You can actually see my house from these pictures. I'm not going to tell you where it is. I'm not going to tell you where it is, but it's in there. Anyway, on Monday, Will Smith shared a video to his TikTok account. He doesn't explicitly say where he was, but 2 and 2 equals 4. Now check this one out. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. A silly video like that with Will Smith, that's got to be the Leslie Liao pick of the week, right?
Yeah, right?
It would be if I weren't prone to favoritism, because I got Ellen Chu here as an RTI host, Ellen Chu. As an Andrew, your co-host for Beast Meets West, Ellen Chu.
She gets all the best gigs, I'm
She
telling you.
emceed the press conference for Gemini
so
Man,
cool.
and in it she says that Will Smith is a person so down to earth that you want to be on his friends list. High energy, positive, and dedicated to his job. If we want to clone someone, I think we would like to clone him.
Oh, I totally agree.
That's just high praise.
I just love that positive energy. I mean, he's just always like so happy and just exuding
doubt?
positive energy.
Well, and also, you know, stars like this, they come to Taiwan all the time and they have to sit down and like sample the local delicacies and have a million people watching them, but he is on all the time.
Right.
And he loves it.
And he's having a great
into
time.
it.
You
Yeah.
can tell he's having a great time.
It's infectious.
Big
So,
Willie
we love
style.
it. Yeah. So thanks a lot, Leslie
no
Liao.
worries.
And thanks for joining us for #Taiwan. Do follow us on social media. Leave a comment below. We'd love to hear from you.
This week on Who in Taiwan, our mystery person from the news this week is actually mystery people. Are you guys ready to guess?
Sure.
Alrighty, on buzz number 1 we have Natalie So. Buzz number 2 we have Leslie Liao.
Laser beams.
Yes, here we go. All right. So politics plays a role in what these people do. They wear hats to work and are often seen in white. They were first seen on the international stage in 1954. There are currently 28 of them. Recently, they did something they haven't done in 18 years. They're currently ranked number 4 in the world. That's a close one. Who was it? I think it might have been Leslie.
Is the the Tony's Chinese-Taipei baseball team?
That is correct.
I was going to guess that too.
Were you?
Cool. Yeah.
It is the Chinese-Taipei baseball team, and why are they in the news this week?
They won the Asian Championships.
That is correct. So they beat Japan 5-4 to win, something they haven't done in 18 years.
Right, and they could go to the Olympics because of this.
They could,
One
yes.
more step, right? They have one more
step in the right
competition.
direction.
I'm going to admit something. I was this close to guessing the baking team. I was like this close and everything. When you told me it was until the last 18 years, I was like, no, wait, that sounds like baseball. Because you said white hats. I'm like, oh, chef's hat. That makes sense.
I did that on purpose.
Oh,
They do also have
Sneaky.
full white uniforms. Now, little question for you. Do you know, have they ever won an Olympics medal? Chinese-Taipei?
I don't know. I don't think so.
What do you think?
I want to say they've won like bronze before.
They won a bronze at an
right.
exhibition match in Los Angeles in 1984, but they also won a silver in Barcelona in 1992.
Okay.
Awesome. Silver.
One final fun fact for you. Did you see that one of the members of the team has signed with the Boston Red Sox just in the last couple days?
Oh, wow.
Wow,
This is the
that's
second
great.
person on the roster. It was the MVP pitcher for the Taiwan team. His name is Liu Zhizhong, and so he's going to be playing for the Red Sox.
I saw him
That's
play,
awesome.
and that boy can throw a ball.
Yes.
He struck out the last 5 or 6 Japanese players, and well deserved, I must say.
Very
they've got to be
impressive.
good. They're the best in Asia, right? So,
Absolutely, and fourth in the world. So we'll keep our eye on them and see if they end up heading to the Olympics. And that's this week's Who in Taiwan. Up next, Taiwan by Number.
In Taiwan by Number, we're going to talk about artificial intelligence. Now, this week, Taiwan saw its first autonomous vehicle drive through real traffic. And we're going to take a look at that video in just a moment. But I'm going to ask you guys first, when do you think Taiwan is going to see self-driving vehicles on the road on a regular basis?
Oh, not
What
soon.
year?
Not soon, I hope.
Not soon. It's already happening in the States, I think.
You're saying regularly?
Yeah, in Taiwan.
on the road.
There's plans already
Okay.
underway.
Go for it.
2025.
2025?
I'm going to go more optimistic, 2022.
Okay.
Ooh.
Well, let's take a look at this video. Press the auto drive button and the car starts driving on its own. So how does this self-driving car navigate Taiwan's chaotic roads? It can keep a distance from cars that are parked illegally, and it will slow down to avoid vehicles running through a red light. It is also aware if another car wants to pass you, and it will adjust its speed. The Hsinchu City government and Industrial Technology Research Institute developed this autonomous vehicle. This was the first time it drove through real traffic in Taiwan. The Institute's Intelligent Robotics Division Director, Hu Zu-sun, said traffic in Western countries isn't as complicated as in Taiwan, so Taiwan's innovative technology is one of a kind on the global stage. The Institute's Executive Vice President Zhang Peiren says Taiwan has very strong semiconductor and tech industries. This successful test will spur on development of our autonomous vehicles and related industries. Self-driving cars are coming to Taiwan's roads soon, and in Hsinchu, they plan to use them as shuttle buses for their Lantern Festival in 2021. Yeah, isn't that cool?
That is very cool. Yeah.
So that was a really cool test drive. And I did ask you when Taiwan is going to have regular autonomous cars, right?
Yep.
On the road, and you said
I said 2025.
2025 and
I said 2022.
Okay, let's take a look at the answer.
2021.
That's right.
Wow,
So
wow.
we saw in that video they're planning to do it for Lantern Festival,
Whoa.
which is coming up on 2021. And also this car, it's called the Wind Bus, and it was made in Taiwan. It's an electric minibus that is also autonomous. Let's take a look at the picture. 5 cities plan to use
Cute.
it in 2021.
So
They've
tiny.
already made
Super
plans for it. Isn't it cute?
That's a bus? How
Yeah,
many people
well,
can it
6
seat?
people only.
Okay, well, that's cute.
But it's going to
though.
be like a shuttle bus. So
That's
isn't
neat.
that cool?
Very cool.
You guys can go to Lantern Festival with that.
Yeah.
Probably.
I think I'd break that.
Okay, so our next question is about robots. That's what we usually think of when we think of artificial intelligence, right? Let me ask you guys first, if you guys could have a pet robot, what would you like it to do for you? What kind of robot would you like?
I would like a robot that can remind me to breathe because I'm a naturally anxious person.
There's probably an app for that,
there's already
right?
things for
Yeah.
Maybe if it could, like, at the same time, mix a cocktail for me.
There you go.
Perfect.
Massage you.
Yeah, massage. Yeah, we'll do it all.
I mean, there's already ones that clean, maybe one that can cook.
I was thinking that too. Cook and clean. Wouldn't that be awesome?
Very nice. Very nice.
So Taiwan has this robot. It's really cool. It can clean your house for you. All right. It can watch over the elderly. So like if someone falls or has a seizure, it will call the hospital right away.
That's excellent.
It can fetch a drink from the refrigerator for you.
I like that.
I'm liking what I hear.
Tall,
And
cold one.
it can remember a number of household items, where they are and where they should be.
So this
so-
could be really good for blind people too.
Sure. So my question is, how many items can it remember in your house, where they last were and where they should be?
Ooh. Wow. So it's like watching you. It's like, I remember
Like,
you placed your
you put your
keys.
glasses over there, but they should be over here. So it keeps that all in its memory.
Your glasses, they're on your head. You go first.
I would say 250.
250. Okay.
I'm going to say 350.
Okay. Let's take a look at the answer.
1,000.
1,000! And that's the robot. Isn't that cool?
Oh.
He can hang out at my place.
I would love to have one of those.
Yeah, yeah.
So, and they say the price is like the price of a overseas vacation for a family of 4.
Wow.
So not too bad. I
Not
mean,
bad.
Yeah.
I'm still a single dude, so for a lot.
Okay, now, a lot of people are afraid that artificial intelligence may replace them, right? Now, there's a big project in Taiwan that actually failed in terms of artificial intelligence, and this is good for people who are afraid of losing their jobs. 7-Eleven, I don't know if you heard, had this big store, this X store, an unmanned store.
I've been
It was
there.
in Xinyi district, okay, and right next to it, they have a normal one, normal 7-Eleven. And in the beginning, people would go into the X store, and it's very complicated how you get in. Facial recognition, you have to register yourself. But after a while, hardly anyone goes there. Everyone goes to the other one, even when there's a long line.
Wow.
People go to the regular one. They like the human interaction. They also don't like to go through all the process to register. It takes like 5 to 10 minutes. Did it take you a long time to
Well, we were
register?
there to exchange a prize, but when we were there, it definitely looked
motivation.
a lot more futuristic. It looked different. At the same time, like you said, right, I don't like change. So
Yeah.
I like to stick to what I know, which is
Yeah.
It just seemed a
interacting
little
with
too
the store clerk.
futuristic, right?
Yeah.
Too futuristic.
We'll see a picture of that in a moment. But the question is, okay, there was a survey in Taiwan about asking people, are you afraid that your job will be replaced by AI? How many % of people said they were?
I'm going to say 40%.
40%.
I'm going to say 31%.
Okay, let's
like
take a
the
look at the
specifics.
answer.
51%.
And that's the X store.
Oh, wow. X, you see X like as in the number X?
X
Okay.
store.
Wow. It
So-
looks cool, but like no
It's a
warmth
little bit too
of human
cold. Yeah,
interaction.
it's a little bit too cold. So a lot of people are afraid, but this is a good example. We need the warmth of a human being, right?
Absolutely.
We like human interaction.
Yeah.
So
As long as it doesn't take our job, I think that's
yeah.
You better watch out, Andrew. You better watch
It'd
out.
be hard for a robot to do what we're doing right now, right?
Natalie might find herself hosting with a robot someday. It's like, where'd Andrew go? Oh, he got outsourced.
Okay, our last question is, there have been a lot of global tech giants like Google, IBM, Amazon, Microsoft. They have eyed Taiwan, and they're already setting up big AI centers here. It's going to be their center in Asia, and they really like Taiwan's talent. We've got smart people, hardworking people, affordable people, which means lower salaries, unfortunately.
Sad trumpet.
Yes. But my question is, how many graduates a year come out with a computer science and tech related degree in Taiwan?
Oh.
Come into the market every year.
Leslie, I think you should go first on this one.
I think it's rather popular. I would like to think it's rather popular.
Yeah.
Say 35,000 students.
35,000. Wow.
Okay.
Okay, no, that's wrong.
All right, I'll bring my.
From Natalie's reaction, you know that's wrong.
Well, she could be doing the opposite
I
too,
definitely
though,
overshot
right?
it. Wow.
That'd be pretty cool.
I'm gonna say I'll take a 0 off. 3,500.
Okay.
That seems too low, though.
Let's take a look at the answer. 10,000. That's a lot, right?
I think that is a lot.
I mean, and then you get to choose from them too.
Yeah.
So I think these companies are smart to come to Taiwan. So I mean, it's good news for Taiwan. AI is booming. It's going to actually give us a lot of jobs in Taiwan.
Well, thank you, Natalie. That was very interesting. And that's today's Taiwan by Number. And finally today, we're in Taiwan. Now, at the top of the show, we showed you a photo and asked if you knew where it was. Let's have one more look at that photo.
We said that this is a harvest banquet, not for an indigenous tribe, but for descendants of people who came from Yunnan province.
And where in Taiwan is this? And how did people from Yunnan end up in this mountainous region? Let's have a look at the answer.
This banquet is held every year near Qingjing Farm in Nantou County, central Taiwan. After the harvest, the locals line up their tables and feast on the dishes of their ancestors who came from Yunnan. Many say that traditional dishes like stewed lamb, cold rice noodles, and spicy chicken bring back memories of childhood. The residents are mostly descendants of nationalist troops who fled to the Burmese border after the army was defeated in the Chinese Civil War in 1949. After failed attempts to re-enter China, the government settled them here in central Taiwan. This feast is their way of keeping their tradition alive.
We hope you enjoyed this inside look at Taiwan this week. Be sure to follow us on social media.
And leave a comment below. For Taiwan Insider, I'm Natalie So.
I'm Leslie Liao.
And I'm Andrew Ryan. See you next week.